This is the Above the Corner podcast, where entrepreneurs and others share their success stories about overcoming their own personal corners in life. And now it's time to get into it with your host, Chef Ron. Let's get it.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Chef Ron the Great, aka the Corner Store Chef, aka the biggest speaker in the 75. We back with another episode this week. Very, very special episode. It was near and dear to me. First time we had this brother on the podcast, it was our longest episode ever. It was over 2 hours long. Somehow we lost the audio. Then last week we were supposed to record. I caught a flat tire on the way to the podcast studio. Somehow, some way, something's trying to keep this brother off the camera. But this week we got him here with us. We got Shiino, a.k.a. Shiino Productions, a.k.a. Great Hoodie Shiino, one of the best videographers in the 757.
Yes, sir.
Shiino, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I can't call it. Beautiful introduction.
Yeah. We glad to finally have you here.
Yeah, facts.
It's going through a lot trying to get you here.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them where you're from. The background about yourself and all of that.
As Chef said, Shiino, originally from Baltimore, Maryland, but Virginia home. I've been here since, I don't even know. I've been here for a minute. So Virginia home, Newport News specifically. It's crazy coming here now from the last time that we did the podcast because I wear so many different hats now.
Yeah,
like I got the production. I done wrote a book.
Okay.
I started making beats.
Okay.
Got the clothing brand.
Yeah.
I think I added a new kid since the last time I was here too. So yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It's been about, it was like 2 years ago we recorded?
Yeah. So my son was just born then. Yeah. Yeah, he was fresh.
Yeah, so what made you pick up the camera? Well, before we get to that, you was a rapper before you was cameraman, or that happened like simultaneously type?
I did a song.
Okay,
I did a song.
Okay.
Collectively, I was in a group with my homie Full Metal Parkers, and it was just a cool thing to do at the time.
Okay.
It was just like everybody else in the crew was rapping. Let me try to do a song right quick.
Okay.
People say they like it. It wasn't my brightest hour.
Okay.
I had green hair and everything at the time.
Man.
I was wilding, like I was tripping back then. But they liked it, so I ran with it. But the name stuck though. That's where the name Shiino came from originally. The rapping thing and that stuck. The rapping, that won't stand.
Okay.
I won't go keep doing that.
So what made you pick up the camera?
Actually, that same person, Full Metal. We had a video guy. Things ain't work out too well between them, and he was just like, "Yo, like we had momentum at that time." So he was like, "Listen, I got a camera. I'm gonna teach you how to use it.
Okay,
and we're gonna make you the video guy." Like, and everything else just branched off from there. I really had no interest in doing any of that. Like at that time, I was a massage therapist. I just got out of massage therapist school and whatnot, but that came, and then I think I was 23 when that happened. Yeah, 23. So it was kind of like a forced thing that I didn't want to do, but the more we did it, it was just like, yo, I'm actually pretty good at this. Like, and then it transcended from there. It just became a big situation. So here I am.
Okay. So as like, how was it when you first started out? As far as now first, let me get back to that. So you're self-taught is what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Absolutely. He
so
taught me the little bit of things that he taught me, but I took it upon myself I wanted it to look more like a movie than just a music video, just a typical music video. So that became the self-taught, like how to actually direct, not just shoot. Okay. And there's a difference in that. A lot of people don't understand there's a difference in shooting and actually being able to direct a set. There's a very big difference in that.
Okay. So, as far as teaching yourself, what did you do? What avenues did you take? Was you on YouTube? Was you was you studying under somebody? Watching somebody else, something like that?
Started YouTube. Then my mentor came along. Guy I knew since middle school actually, and he's been nice with a camera since then. Since we was in like 7th grade. His name's Long, but to me, he's like a Denby legend. Like, to me, anything he does with a camera, he does no wrong. Like, and the fact that he even took me under his wing, granted we was boys, but I know how, how it is sometimes. It's like, I ain't trying to teach the next person, whatever. But he held no punches. Like, he taught me everything. Even to this day, if I shoot a video and it ain't up to his standard, he'll call me and cuss me out for 2 hours about it.
Okay.
Like, he hold me to a specific standard. So he keeps me on my grind. Even though he don't really do as much with the camera as he used to, it's still like, okay, they know you through me, so you got to keep what I got going. And we ain't about to half-ass nothing. So I appreciate him for it.
Yeah, so, you know, I feel like in order to take the time out to teach yourself something, or, you know, go to extra avenue to figure things out, you got to actually have a passion for something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the passion, being that this wasn't something that you wanted to do, did the passion develop over time, or was it like instantly as soon as you put the camera in your hand?
So it kind of, it's kind of hard to explain, because the music video avenue I never wanted to take, but I always wanted to be a film director. Like, I could always write. I could write movies all day long. I just didn't know the camera aspect. So after shooting those first couple of videos with Full Metal, it was kind of like, this can't be but so much different than shooting a movie.
Yeah.
It is, but my mindset at that time, it wasn't. Because after shooting, I think maybe our 5th video together, I'm like, all right, I'm about to shoot my first movie. That first movie is trash. I kept it up, though. It's still on YouTube, still to this day. But that first movie is trash. It's like, but that was just me thinking, I know what I need to know just from doing what I'm doing with him. But it don't work like that. Yeah, it was a lot more, like you said, YouTube studying. After a while, though, it just became me not using YouTube no more, and more so finding a director that fits where I'm trying to go with it. And it just so happened that's when Jordan Peele had dropped Get Out.
Okay.
And ever since then, that's what I mold myself around.
Okay.
Like stuff like Get Out, Us, the Amazon show They or Them. Yeah, them. Yeah, like stuff like those are the type of
that
angles.
That was a show or a movie?
No, it was a show. I think it was 10 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I vaguely remember it now that you're saying something.
Yeah, second season about to drop, actually. I was shocked they got a second season, but they got it.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So how was things when you first started out, as far as like how was business? How was some of the trials and tribulations you had to deal with?
I was actually in a blessed situation coming under Full Metal and my mentor. They knew a lot of people already. So as far as like, you know, when you first start something, you got to go through that drought. Yeah. I didn't necessarily have to experience that, because they already had clients that they just passed on to me, and those clients just stuck. So at that time, I didn't really I honestly didn't hit my first trial until probably the top of this year, honestly. And that's because somebody stole some of my equipment. So I'm still trying to get back from that now. This year, top of this year.
That happened to you before.
It did. Yeah. It did. But see, that first time, they ain't really get me for nothing that was detrimental. It was just like, all right, I can recoup that. This time, it was like 2 lights, a couple of lenses. I'm like, man, y'all might as well took the camera too at this point, because I can't do nothing without these lights. I sure can't do nothing without my lenses. So, but instead of me looking at it in that aspect, I just been thugging it out with one lens and just slowly but surely just buying some of that equipment back piece by piece. Yeah. But that is not easy. Yeah. That equipment is not cheap.
Camera shit is expensive.
Man. Right? Especially for my taste. I think every lens started like $950. That's like the bottom. Okay. So everything above that, I think I just got my 85mm back, and that's like my favorite lens to shoot films with. But that alone, I think that was like $17. Okay. So it's just like piece by piece, it's like you rebuilding, but it's like, damn, I already had this stuff. Now I'm just repeat buying it. So it's just like more of an expense all over again. But I ain't gonna, let it keep me down. I'm gonna get back even better. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
So starting out, was it mostly music videos before you decided to start the movie thing?
Yeah, definitely. Mostly. It really was just Full Metal music videos for a good little while. I think the next artists around here that I did after him was probably El Jubo. El Jubo was my next client, and he stuck for a little while.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Right now, most consistently, I ain't trying to be biased, but Von Ski is probably my favorite client right now. Simply because he's consistent, and he keep me on my P's and Q's. Like he'll hit me up, not even just to talk music, just be like, yo, what you got cooking up next? Like, what you got? Like, oh, you dropping that? I gotta drop 2 then. Like, so it's just like, even though we don't do the same thing, but it's like it's good. It's cool to have that person to just keep you going. Like, because sometimes it's hard to get up and do it every day, and sometimes you don't make no money. Sometimes you just just creating content. It might sit at 100 views or whatever for that day, but it's good to have people to keep you motivated and keep you going. Yeah.
Okay. So how long was it? When did you shoot your first movie?
Sabotage was 2018, I think. 2018 or 2019. One of the two. They're so trash though.
Yeah, but you gotta leave the trash shit up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You gotta show people where you came from, which how much progression you made. Like on my YouTube, you scroll all the way back to the beginning. It's some bullshit up there.
Man.
Like like the editing and I was making my own videos on my phone. And shit. Like, man, the shit is horrible. But you gotta leave it up there.
Nah, I always told the team that I shot that with that I never take it down simply because even after it was done. I was working with my homie Sherman Gums at the time. He was the editor, and I was like, bro, I'll never take this down because probably in 3 to 5 years, we're gonna reshoot this and we're gonna make it be where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
At. And that's literally what we're in production doing right now.
Okay.
I rewrote the script, we recast it. Some of the same people are coming back as far as the cast. But we gonna get that where it need to be because the story, I felt like everybody liked the story, so the story was good enough to where they ignored the quality.
Okay.
Like I really feel like that's how that went, because when people was coming to me and was like, yo, I actually enjoyed it. Nah, you enjoyed the story. Ain't no way you enjoyed this visual. It ain't no way you enjoyed this. Even the audio, you could tell we was two people that ain't never done audio a day in our life. Like that audio was horrible. Like to the point we had to even go to a studio and record some of the lines. And Sherman has come a long way. He got his own podcast now. He's phenomenal as far as audio, but back then, absolutely not. Them lines was so far off from the video clip, like it looked like we shot it in Asia. Like it looked crazy.
Oh, the words wasn't matching the lips. Like
it was insane.
Oh man.
Even now, I look back at it, I'm like, I can't even believe we put this shit out.
Yeah.
I can't believe we did that. But we were just so eager to put something out that we just said, whatever, let's put it out.
Yeah, it's all a learning lesson, man. It's all part of the game. So you went on a little for a while there. You started shooting nothing but the short films, and everything. What was that? Was that a series, or that was just a moment for you?
Yeah, it was a moment for sure. Case of the X is probably my favorite thing that came out of that little hiatus away from the music videos and stuff like that. Now, Case of the X, I stand by. I didn't get to finish it due to unfortunate circumstances on the set, but just that one episode that is out there, I'll put that up against anything locally with confidence.
Okay.
Like I'm fine with that. Like I'm content with what we did on that set, and it was a lot that went left that night on that set, but I'm still perfectly content with how it came out. Like now that was the standard from there. Like I'm like, everything we shoot has to be this or better. Yeah. Can't be under this.
I vaguely remember you telling me about that night at a Case of My Ex.
Yeah, it was
Y'all was
crazy.
Up to like 6 a.m. or some shit
I think we started shooting at 2 p.m. that day, and we ain't finished till 6 or 7 a.m. that next morning.
What was some of the things that went wrong that night?
Man, so my makeup artist, Morgan, she actually ended up being in the film.
Okay.
Because the person that was supposed to play that character did not show up.
Wow.
And this is my opinion, of course, but as the director, Morgan was the best person on that set that night. Yeah. And she did not read the lines until that night.
Oh, wow.
Like, it got to the point where I even told her, don't even try to memorize what I wrote. Just go off what he said. Yeah. And to me, she made the series to me. She made that episode.
Yeah. So,
but even with the co-star Carlton, like, he's an amazing actor. I really hope he gets back into it one day, but he's phenomenal. Like, he saved the night because that was like the first serious situation that I've shot, but I've never been in that predicament to where actors not showing up and all of that. But he's been under them circumstances, so he held it down a lot that night. Even though he's just a cast member, he just like, look, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, we gonna cut this scene because we ain't got the manpower to do it.
Right.
But we gonna figure this out. We just gonna, because originally I think the episode was supposed to be 45 minutes, and I think we ended up shooting 30. So about 15 minutes wasn't shot. But again, I'm still content with what we had with that.
Yeah,
so
I mean, you got a final product out of it. So
yeah, I'm gonna stand by it too.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Facts. So during the pandemic, we had a lot of everybody had a lot of downtime and everything, and you took full advantage of that. Yeah, you shot the concert. You shot the concert series. What was the name of that?
Fear and Fortune.
Yeah, Talk to us about that. First of all, what made you say, I'm gonna put this out? Was it pandemic? Did you know like everybody gonna be home? Ain't nobody gonna be doing nothing type shit?
It was pandemic. It was, we already had the Shiino's lab thing going on, and it just became a thing where it's just like you said, the pandemic, like everybody's sitting at home, but everybody love music too. And some of these artists that we're directly working with, some people don't know them. Yeah. So let's showcase these people at the time. And at that time I was working real close with Madhouse, with Mike Horton and Ham and all of them. But I felt like even with that, I ain't even gonna hold them accountable. I'm gonna hold myself. We dropped the ball a little bit with that concert as far as audio. And I saw it happening, but I didn't know what I was seeing at that time. Okay. So I was just like, he got audio, so I'm gonna just let him handle it. But it did not get handled. But even still, the quality still made people ignore those little blemishes that happened. And
because you talking about it now, and I don't remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Even my fiance is just like, I don't even hear what you're talking about. Yeah. And I'm just like, hey, y'all like it, I love it. But I think it's just different from the technical aspect of the person that's shooting it and that knows what it's supposed to be.
You got the director's ear and eye.
Yeah, so
what you hear and see, the average person not gonna hear and see.
I love that I watch that concert probably twice every month, still to this day. Like, and I think that's the highest. It's the second highest ranked thing that we did, because I think that's at like 14K.
Yeah, for a while it was your highest thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, for a little while, until I don't know why, but that made people go back to Case of the X for whatever reason.
In Case of the X surpassed it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I was just like, okay, again, y'all like it, I love it. Like, y'all just keep running everything up. But even though I don't speak to some of them guys, no more, like, it's still all love. Like, I can never erase what we did together. Yeah, like, facts. So it's all love from my end to them, because we still came together and made a great product at the end of the day. And most of them artists, they still thriving to this day. Yeah. They come back and tell me, yo, without that, I wouldn't have probably kept doing music. Like, because pandemic was hard for everybody. So it's just like, yeah, bro, nah, it wasn't no way for me to get no content or whatever. And then like, their main thing was like, yo, you did this and we offering you money and you won't taking it. Yeah. Because it wasn't about no money at that time. It was about the art. Like, art was suffering at that time, especially in our area. So it was just like, it's not about the money. Like, if you got a song or two or three, I don't even care. Like, come on and perform it. And all of them, they perform live. Nobody had performance track. Nobody had none of that. Like, they sung, the mics was on for every single performer.
They had their beats and shit on, right?
Yeah, they had their beats, but that was it. Everything else was just them raw vocals. I'm like, damn, they ain't got no performance track. I'm like, I don't know how this shit about to go.
It's been so long because I don't remember. So they came in with just instrumentals with no vocals on it. Oh wow!
Mike asked for that specifically.
They was doing a song from front to back.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mike specifically asked for that. He was like, no performance tracks. Like, bring me just instrumentals. I'll handle everything else. And on that part, I'll give him that he handled that. Yeah, because I'm like, hey, I don't know if these people can sing for real, bro. Yeah. Like, some of these artists, I ain't never heard them myself. So, if you got faith in them, cool.
Yeah, but I mean, that's real music though. That's real hip hop. That's real singing. Like, to be able to do that without vocals assisting you, you really take love to what you do.
I have a lot of respect for a lot of those artists after that. Like, and I've worked with plenty of them on the beat making side after that, because that next day is when I learned how to make beats after shooting that concert. So after that, it was just like, I'm about to just do everything. Forget it.
Facts.
Especially as far as scoring my films, because the person I had scoring them, they started charging too much. So I'm just like, man, the amount that you charging me to make a score for one scene, I can just buy the equipment and start doing this stuff myself.
Yeah.
And I ain't got to keep explaining 1,000,010 different times how I want different things to sound. I know how I want it to sound, so I can just do it. So that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah. Okay. So after the sometimes you just got to go hands on with everything.
Yeah, man.
I would love to, but it's like also at the same time, certain shit take a lot of time from you. So like if I can outsource and get that, if I can get my time back,
absolutely.
But like you said, if you getting hit over side the head with the pricing, then I'm gonna either find somebody else that's more reasonable, or find somebody that got the same vision as me, and we can go and lock in together, or I'm gonna go ahead and figure it out myself.
Nah, facts, absolutely.
What you had? So I think when we did the last interview it was around pandemic time. So what's all the stuff? I haven't really seen you since then either. What's everything you got going on since then?
I rebranded Anarchy because
Tell them about Anarchy.
That Anarchy is my clothing
just
brand.
Dropped during that last episode.
Yeah, that was the first. The last time that we shot together, which was 2 years ago, that was the first drop ever. Like that was it. That was the first thing, and even from then to now, because back then I just had the name going across the shirt.
Tell them what Anarchy is.
So Anarchy is my clothing brand. Originally it just started off as a saying, like my life is very chaotic, but it's controlled. So, anarchy is creating controlled chaos. That's my definition of anarchy, at least. It was inspired by my kids because all three of them keep my life chaotic. I don't have regular kids. My kids are constantly active, especially my oldest. You can't tell her now that she's not the star of the family. Like she has surpassed me in every way possible. Like she's touched something in the water as a performer before me. So it's just like, whatever, bro, you got it. I don't even care. Now my middle kid, she's in the band in school, and my son just think he do everything. So my life is constantly moving. So that's where the brand came from originally. But we went from the box logo to the graphic designs now at this point. And my graphic designer is actually my godson, who's crazy. He's autistic, but he draws his ass off. Okay. So like this, he sketched this from, I don't even know where he be getting this stuff from, but he sketched this, the two joints that you, especially that one, the top joint, that's his favorite one. That's his one right there. Like he stands by that no matter what. He stands by that one. And then the other joint, he just drew my kids. And that's the base logo. Yeah, that's like what's the Boondocks type. Yeah. And this one right here. These available for purchase? Yes, sir. Yeah. Tap in on my boy. All sizes. We're gonna put all your info and shit on here. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that I don't even know where it came from. Like I never was really into like, in terms of fashion, I've never been really into like Jordan and stuff. Like I was a Hot Topic kid growing up. Like really, I love anime. Like that's my thing. Like so, it became a place where even like in Hot Topic now, it's like it's cool, but it's not nothing for us. Unfortunately, like you don't see too many black characters on anime. Period. Anyway, so I'm just like, okay, cool. Let's turn the kids into anime characters. So it's like now the kids in my neighborhood, every time they see me, you got another Anarchy shirt for me? Like, I got money. I got $5. And it's like, bro, keep your $5, bro. Just wear the shirt. Because when they wear it to school, it's 5 more kids that's coming out to my kids. Like, I need a shirt. And that's really like the kids. I didn't even think that's what it would be. But the kids are like my main customers. Okay. Like, because their parents is not going to tell them no. Every time I set up the table in the neighborhood, their parents just like, you got to do this shit every Friday, nigga. Like, because I'm not gonna tell them no. I'm gonna keep buying it for them, but it's just like I got a system with them. As long as they grades is where they at, you got $5, you can get a shirt. Okay, but keep them grades where they at. It's simple as that. So, but I've had a lot of help along the way. All Smiles has helped out where she could. Shout out All Smiles. Shout out All Smiles. My sister Jazzy Monroe, 7-Eleven in Ellamore. She's definitely, that has been the number one mentor as far as the clothes and stuff goes for me. She's the one who showed me how to cut my designs out, press them, stays up with me on the phone all night long. Cause I'm fucked up a lot of shirts in the beginning. And she would be like, yo, you not fucking listening to me. Like you're wasting product instead of just listening to me. Like, and she had all the faith in the world in me from the beginning. She's the one who kicked me off the porch with the collab not compete, because I wasn't going to do it. Because I'm like, bro, don't nobody know my brand. At that time, I was just rebranding into what it is now. And she was just like, I'm telling you, collab not compete is where you need to be. Yeah. Even if you feel like they don't know you, this is where all of us is going to be at. Yeah. You need to be amongst them. I sold out in like an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. Like that was my first pop-up shop ever. Like I had nothing to take home. Wow. I maybe had a t-shirt or two, but I think for that table I think it was like $150 for the table, I think. And me and my partner, we couldn't believe like at the end of that, out of $150, we brought $2,200 home.
That's a flip.
That's a major flip.
That's a flip.
Like I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, and I had to tell her you was right. Like, and I ain't have a lot like had everybody else out there. I think everybody made out good, you know, at Collab Not Compete, but for me, it was just like nobody knows me, and I'm here with broken halos. I'm here with all smiles, and I was a little pissed because I'm like, they put me beside all smiles. I'm like, why the hell would y'all put me beside this person that everybody know? They gonna come to my table and be like, oh, there go all smiles, but it wasn't even nothing like that. Like everybody really shopped with everybody there. It was a very, very, very dope event. Very dope to be a part of that. Yeah. So I've not been able to experience Collab Not Compete. How is that as far as, you know, being a vendor? Like, do it get packed out in there? To me, it was packed out to me, but to the people who've been there before, they was like, oh man, if you would have came that first one when it was outside, because it had like that cookout vibe, and they was like, man, that one was something serious. Like it's like everybody flipped their bread at that one, but I'm like, that was a pandemic event though. Exactly. Yeah, everybody was outside. But I'm like, if it get more packed than this joint in Heritage, I don't think I want to be a part of that, because people don't understand that about me. Like I'm outside. I love to talk to people, but I'm very, very, very introverted at the same time. Like, so it's just like when there's too many people around me, I'll tell my fiance, yo, you got it. You handle it. Like when the table was getting crowded, direct y'all questions to her. Like it's too many people talking to me at one time. And even though she's more introverted than me, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a woman's strength or whatever. She handles those situations way better than I would. Yeah. So I'd be like, yeah, you got it. Like it's your brand today. Like you handle your business. So yeah, I appreciate her for that as well. Cause even to this day, I'll come home from school and go right to sleep, even though I got 5 t-shirt orders. And she'll do them. Yeah. She'll just press them because she know I be tired. School be whooping my ass, but it is what it is. So as an introvert and an entrepreneur at the same time, how is that? How do you deal with the two? Having to deal with people, even at times, and it might be you might want to be locked in a room by yourself, but you got to go out and deal with the people. How is that? It gets tough, but I think I've just done it for so long now that it's just like it's second nature. It's a switch now. Especially with like going back to my daughter being this dancer that she is. We can't even go to 7-Eleven without somebody, oh, that's Cloud9. And it's like, yo, here go Cloud. So all these people rushing. And I'm just like, yo, you enjoy that? Like, you like that attention on you? And she's like, yeah, like, why not? Like, it is what it is. Like, and I'm just like, so I learned from her, like, how to handle them situations. She just be so calm, cool, and collected. I just adapt from her. Cause it's like no matter where I go, as little as I think I am, somebody always recognizes me. Yeah. No matter where I go. And it's just like, now I just have to embrace the fact that you do good work, bro. So you got to kind of embrace these people. Cause if not, they're going to start thinking, oh, this nigga think he too good to talk to people. And it's polar opposite. Like it's not that at all. But yeah, I don't know, man. I got ran up on somebody the other day and they were just like, oh, that's Shiino Productions, bro. He's definitely the number 2 video guy in Newport News. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't know. That's weird to me, but I'm just like, hey, bro, whoever's counting, I appreciate being it. But it was dope to be still even be considered number 2. I haven't dropped nothing in a year.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
still be ranked. It's crazy.
It's crazy to me because what the rest of y'all doing? Like, I haven't dropped in a year. So, but that's about to change though. That's about to change. I got for the first time and forever, I have a production team to where I don't have to do everything myself. So, and this team actually just got formed like literally last week. Okay. But I got a person who's legit passionate about audio. She has no interest in touching the camera. She has no interest in directing. She's like, I just want to touch the audio. Okay. That's it. The homie that's doing the lighting, that's all he want to do. Like, they was like, yeah, so you can direct. Like, now, even the camera guy, and that was the hard part, finding a camera person to where I'm comfortable with relinquishing that responsibility to another shooter. That was the difficult part. But he was just like, hey, bro, just like you do this shit, I do this shit too. Like, just you tell me what it is, I'm gonna get it. Like, and that's where we've been at. So it's just dope with them. And they're also the first group of people who understand production ain't cheap. Shooting a film is not cheap. They put in money with me. Okay. Instead of all the responsibility falling on me. Okay. They're just like, nah, it's 15 of us in the group chat, including the cast. Everybody put $10 in a week. Yeah. That's bread. Like, that's matching whatever, however you want to do it. We come up with 150, you match it. That's 300 for the week. Yeah. So boom. And that's legit how we've been rocking for the last 2.5 weeks. So once we get this last little piece of equipment, production rolling again after that. Okay. I got like 9 scripts in the tuck. Oh, wow. So I'm ready.
So how'd you come up with, saying I'm gonna go ahead and get a production team because I'm tired at this point?
Yeah, that's literally what it was. And actually, shout out to my lead actor, Joshua Tamir. It was him. He's like, listen, bro, you can't do this by yourself. Yeah. Like, and that just coming from him because he's gotten gigs on Apple TV. Like, he's about to be on Apple TV, I think in the fall, I believe is when he's dropping. Okay. But yeah, he was like, bro, them on those sets, it's not like what you do. He's like, I'm not knocking what you do, but it's like somebody's taking over every single realm of everything. Nobody's doing everything. Yeah. It's one person for every single phase. So he's like, you need to build that for yourself. And I got some people that he met along the way. And he was like, I texted him. I showed him, Case of the X. I showed them even the trash shit. I showed them all of it. And they were just like, nah, I want to be a part of that. Like, it'd be dope to be a part of something to say that I was part of the foundation of it. So that kind of was his pitch to them. And they ran with it. They were just like, yeah, we with it. We on the team. Like, let's work. Like, let's get to it. Even to them, the scripts that I've sent them so far, they're just like, yeah, when we starting to shoot this? We're ready to shoot now. Like, I'm just like, okay, we can't shoot now. We still got to find locations and all of that. But they was like, hey, you can use my crib. Like, everybody, I'm just not used to that. Like, everybody just being so willing to do whatever. So it's just like, it's different for me. But I'm adapting to it. Okay. I'm adapting to it.
Speaking of finding scenes, how hard can that be? Especially being somewhere in the area we're in, like Newport News and Hampton. Man. And on top of that, I feel like all the good spots might have been used up already from other directors and videographers. So how hard is it to find scenes?
It's crazy, bro. It's especially between that Newport News, Hampton, and you can even expand it to the Virginia Beach side now. Honestly, like it ain't too much that we haven't touched, or like you said, the next director has touched already. But one thing that I've learned from, again, working under Full Metal and my mentor is you take that same place, every director's not going to shoot it like you. Yeah. They're not going to see it how you saw it. So that kind of was the game plan for a little while. But then at the same time, it's like, all right, how many times can we flip this same spot? Like, we're going to have to start moving. Like, we're going to have to start going other places. Like, and Von Ski was the only artist that was with it. Like, all right, oh, we going to Richmond? Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we going to DC? Cool. We going to Philly? Cool. Let's go. We out. Like, everybody else be like, I don't know, man. That's a hike.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, either that or your video about to look like old dude video last week or, you know, whatever. So it's like, you got to take them sacrifices. I keep trying to tell people a gold mine for video scenes right now, and this is me dropping jewels that I haven't even used yet, is Charlotte. It's so much to shoot in Charlotte. And even if you want something a little bit more environmental, take that other 2-hour drive and go to the out to the Eastern Shore out there. Like, it's so much. They got legit sand dunes in North Carolina. Like, you can tell niggas you was in Egypt if you want to lie right quick. Because it's out there. Like, they got the ATVs out there and everything. Like, so it's a lot more that we can do, but people just don't want to travel. And that's the problem. But
that's one thing about me, man. If we going to get some money, or we going to, you know, we going for an experience, or if I could find something I know ain't nobody else got, I'm in the car so fast.
Out, bro.
I'm out. I'm on the plane. I'm in the car. Whatever we got to do. Like, even with the food reviews and shit. This week I'm supposed to be dropping. Well, it'll probably be happening by the time this air, but I got a whole week of all content from Puerto Rico. Like,
that's fine.
You feel me? Like, I know ain't nobody touched that.
Nah, absolutely not.
Feel me? Like,
no, sir.
When I go to Jersey, the spots I'll be hitting in Jersey for the food reviews, I know nobody around here. Ain't none of them spots.
Because they don't feel like, bro, one of my clients just hit me up and was like, listen, I got this music video idea, but it has to be shot in Houston. And I'm like, okay, bet. And she was just like,
Houston bag.
Man, she was like, I'm gonna fly you. She's like, don't worry about it. She's like, I got it. I was like, yeah, that was the only way this was happening, or we was about to drive. So it was one of the two. Because I mean, you pay for the video, but that ain't covering the flight. So,
and
but
the hotel stay.
Yeah, she was like, oh no, don't even worry about it. She's like, we already got the Airbnb that we shooting the video and all of this, and it's on me pretty much. She was like, but I just don't want to do nothing regular. Like, I don't want to do anything that's normal. And literally with her, she shot everywhere you can shoot in Virginia, like literally. So she's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. We got to go somewhere else. And she's from Houston, so she was like, if we didn't get the Airbnb, she's like, you know, my mom is there. Yeah, stay with my mom. Like, either way, we gonna shoot something out there. And I've never been to Texas, so this is gonna be my first time in Texas. So
you gonna have a ball.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, you might want to move there when you leave. I'm like, nah, I doubt it. It's too hot. But I can't stand no heat.
Yeah, it is hot as shit out there. We went to Houston last year, I think. That was my first time out there too. Yeah, it was lit. We ain't really do much because we had my daughter with us. But like, you know, what we did get to do, it was lit. It was all right.
I think she had just did South by Southwest, and that's what made her come up with the idea of going back out there and shooting the video. Cause she was like, they showed me so much love out there, and them people don't know me as an artist. Like, I'm from there, but they don't know me as an artist. This was my artist debut. So I was like, well, that's dope. Cause the little clip that she showed me, I'm like, they jumping around in the back of this U-Haul like they knew you. So I didn't know. And I was like, what was that about? And she was like, yo, they did the upcoming artist in a U-Haul. Like, our performance sets was in a U-Haul. I'm like, yo, I've never seen no shit like that a day in my life. Like, but it was fire that, like, they fuck with it. I'm like, y'all tearing that U-Haul up, they gonna definitely have to pay for some damages when they take it back. But it was I don't know, visually the aesthetic was fire because I've never seen nothing like that before. Yeah, so it was dope.
So you spoke on you said, so basically what I took from what you said, she from Houston or whatever, Texas, wherever she from. But I guess she migrated out here, so technically she really
became an artist.
She really out here. They don't know her for that out there, and she got hella love out there. Do you feel it's the same thing with you? Like, when you go, when you leave hometown, do you get more love out of town?
I've gotten the most love in Florida and Charlotte. Like, to the point when I come there, you would think that I'm from there. Okay. So, and it's crazy.
You told me about another city too.
What's that?
Richmond.
Oh, Richmond, yeah, they love me. See, now, Richmond loved me for a different reason, because niggas thought I went to VCU because I was up there so often, like in college days. I did not go. My collegiate days in high school was not the best, so I damn sure won't get into no damn VCU, but my best friend went there. And we was there every weekend, every Friday. So it really got to the point where niggas used to ask me in Full Metal, yo, what class y'all got next semester? Nigga, we don't go here. Like, we don't go here. But I love VCU campus strictly because of how open it is as far as creativity. Like, you can go into the bodegas they got set up on the side, like Bodilla's, for instance. Speaking of that, if you ain't been there before, that's a food review for you right there. Yeah, Bodilla's.
I might add that to the list.
But bro, they'll let you come in there and shoot a whole music video.
Yeah.
Like, won't trip on you, nothing. Like, and a lot of those shops is like that. As long as you just come in and be like, listen, I'm an artist, I'm doing yada yada yada. Would you mind if I do a scene or two in your establishment? They be like, shit, nigga, as long as you promote whatever, get the sign, whatever, we don't care. Like, do what you do. Like, we know where we at. We in Richmond. Like, we know it's creativity, especially on that Broad Street strip. They already know what time it is. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Richmond and Richmond love me. But I don't pretty much shot every damn where you can shoot there now too. So it's becoming time to expand a little bit past that.
Okay. So you are you completely done with music videos now?
Nah. I still do it every now and then. It just ain't something that I seek out as much as I used to.
Okay.
And I feel like it's just a lot more people whose realm music videos is more their realm. Like, if you ask me, I always tell people go to Daddy for a music video.
Okay.
I feel like Daddy is like upper echelon as far as the music videos. Like, don't get me wrong, I can get into that bag, but I just prefer not to. Like,
That's not
sometimes,
where your heart is at.
yeah, like, and I'd rather if you're gonna pay somebody that type of bread, pay it to somebody who's really passionate about it. Because with me, it's a lot of stipulated. You come to me, we could come up with the most fireest design for the music video, whatever. But if the song end up being trash, I'm not in the mood for it at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just like, yeah, bro, I don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, so I can't get into it. I just can't. And I always tell people this: if my kids like it, 9 times out of 10, I probably ain't even about to rock with it for real, for real.
You said if they don't like it.
No, if they do, I probably ain't gonna like it because they like all this rah DDO sound shit and all this hip movement and all that. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. So, what you got planning on? Like, what's coming up next?
We actually just started production on a short film called Road Trip. That one is real dear to me. I've been writing on that one I think I done wrote that script 7 times.
Dang.
Like, just to get it right. I done wrote it 7 times, but I'm done with the writing for it now. So we're about to start shooting it next week. But right after that, we jumping into Case of Infidelity. So, which that's like, so a lot of people, well, technically it's
Oh, you just continuing the series?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a lot of people thought that I was dead in that because it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
But nah, it's too good of a script. Like, too many people have told me this is film festival-esque. Like,
okay.
So I'm just like, I ain't gonna just throw that one out then. And then I'm actually doing a film adaptation of the book that I wrote, Untold Thoughts. Okay. We're turning that into a film as well. Now that's gonna be my Tubi debut. Okay. That one's gonna debut through Tubi. So that's like the 3 big things that I'm working on right now. Okay. I got a beat tape dropping too, the 17th, May 17th.
The next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be something different though.
Apple Music and all that.
Yep.
Word.
It's all R&B this time though.
Okay. Because
that's more so what I can do the trap beats and all that, but I don't know. It just ain't my thing. Yeah. Like, I like R&B, so yeah. A lot of the artists I work with is R&B, so it's easier for me to
instrumentals only.
Yeah.
Okay. The book. What's up with the book? Like, where'd you come up with that? What was the process of writing it, releasing it?
Man,
is it you got hard copies?
Mm-hmm.
I need one.
Like for sure.
Yeah. So give us that whole process,
man.
What made you even want to do that?
The thing that's crazy is I didn't. Untold Thoughts was strictly supposed to be a script at first. But my homegirl, Tahara, she owns a book publishing company. Okay. And she was just like, every time I would let her read a scene, she was like, yo, you write like a book author writes. Like your films, you can read your film scripts as books. Like, so she was like, yo, you should really just write a book. Like, just one time, just do it. See what it do for you. So I'm like, whatever. But it was hell, man. Like, taking it, as much as she said my scripts read like books, there is still a certain format that those editors want you to write in. Even if you fuck up, they don't care. It still has to be in a specific format. Yeah. So I love the editor that she put on my team, but every time I send him something, I promise you it took him 5 minutes to be like, hell no.
Yeah.
Take this shit back. Like, I'm like, God damn. I'm like.
And mind you, it took you hours to come up
exactly.
with
I'm maybe the 5th time I was like, this the one right here. He is no way this nigga about to be like, nah, something wrong. I'm like, it's no way. 7 minutes he FaceTime me. I'm like, see, I told trying to see he's calling, so I must be good. He was like, are you not reading the emails that I'm sending you? Like, are you not reading the edits? Like, cause you're not changing nothing. Like, I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know what's happening no more. But ultimately we got it right. The only bad review that I got on the book from a lot of people is that it was too short.
Okay.
And the reason why it ended up being so short is because, again, I wasn't a book writer at that time. And so I was writing the book in Pages on MacBook Pro. And on Pages, I think my book was like 210 pages.
Yeah.
But when they put it in their format, I think it ended up only being like 97 pages.
Dang.
So it was extremely short. But they was just like, even though it was short, it was so good. We just didn't want it to end.
Yeah.
Like, so now she's talking about doing a part 2 to the book, just make it longer. She also was telling me how she was like, you probably would have made best new authors list, but you didn't meet the qualifications because of it has to be a certain amount of pages for you to qualify. But she was like, the good thing about it is when you do the second one, you're still within the qualifying range of being a best new author, because technically you're not on their author list yet.
Yeah.
So you still have that opportunity. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now we know what it is. She was like, so at least 300 pages. That's the minimum.
So I mean, if you do it in the same format, if you do it in Pages again, you have to write like 600 pages.
Yeah, but now I don't bought the program now because I write my scripts in the program now too. Because I learned when I was doing my scripts in Pages, and my scripts would be like 30 pages. But then when I put it into the Silks program to format it, it'll knock it down to like 13 or 14. Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, nah, we can't be doing this, because now a 30-page script is a 30-minute film. So every page is a minute.
So a 2-hour movie.
It's a lot of pages.
Dang.
It's a lot of pages. And even to get it down to 2 hours, 2 hours is post. So before you got that post, it probably was like a 4 or 5 hour film before they cut out. Yeah. I got the original script from the original Get Out. And it's like a Bible. Like, it's probably 6 hours and 45 minutes worth of reading, and I read every page of it. It's like, because Jordan Peele is what I aspire to be, but I also know as of right now, I'm too lazy to do all of that. Like, in between every line, there's like 7 stages of direction, so it's no way that you gonna get nothing wrong on his set. Yeah, like, it's not happening. So it's like, yada, 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 looks out the window, turns slightly to the left, gazes to the other window. Like, there's no way you about to mess this man shot up at all. Like, there's no way. And I was just like, that's crazy to me. And then when you watch Get Out, I had to really do my research on it because I didn't believe it, but they only budgeted him $50,000 for that film.
That's crazy.
And he made that work with $50,000. So I'm like, yo, that flip was crazy, because that movie made, I think, almost 50 mil in box office week. So I'm like, bro, that's crazy. He turned 50K into 50 mil. Like, now, you can't deny him.
As a director, when you get your advances and shit, you got to pay your actors and shit out of that? That's crazy.
Especially if you're independent.
Yeah.
Independent, everything is getting paid out to you. Everything. That's why when I had that Hulu situation, how they had the split set up, I was like, I don't know, man. Something ain't seeming right with this. Yeah. Like, it just ain't seeming right. Like, because they wanted, it was a 70-30 split. 70 on it, yeah. Like, and I'm like, this don't seem right, especially when you're not funding nothing. Like, I'm doing everything by myself.
Y'all just put me on the platform.
Exactly, that's
but
it.
But that platform could have been.
That is true. But my manager at the time was just like, nah, we gonna go the Amazon Prime route instead. But then it was crazy because everything was set up for Amazon Prime. It was going so smooth, and then COVID hit. Dang. And when COVID hit, they didn't have as many editors at the time. Right. So it's just like, it was either wait it out or just go ahead and put Case of the X on YouTube so it's out. And that's what we ended up doing. But the lady from Amazon, the representative, I still talk to her every now and then. And she's like, whenever you're ready. Yeah. But she's also told me Tubi is actually a smarter route right now. They paying out better.
Okay.
She's like, I definitely would explore with them first and see how that worked, and then go through the other avenues.
Yeah.
But she's like, Tubi is definitely paying out better right now out of the three.
So the book, you plan on turning that into a short film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. The only debate with that is either the film or make it a short series.
Okay.
That's the only debate with that. And I like to include my cast in that, and the cast is like short series, but the thing I want them to understand with a short series, and we had this talk all the time, is that means you have to come back. Like, for instance, I would make every chapter an episode.
Okay.
So that's 12 chapters. That's 12 episodes. You have to come back 12 times. We not just shooting one night and then we gone.
Yeah.
It's 12 separate times we got to come back. So I'm down for whatever, but it's y'all that I need the commitment from, because Case of the X was only 4 episodes and I couldn't even get niggas to come back for the second one.
Yeah.
So it's like,
especially if they main characters.
Exactly.
That'll fuck the whole vibe up.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm not doing no more recasted. None of that. Like, if you on, you on. If you're not, say that. So that way we can move on and, find somebody else. But I told them, y'all got time. We got 3 other films to do before we get to the Untold Thought situation. So y'all got time to figure it out.
Yeah. So you mentioned before, you got your lady, you got 3 kids. What's the work-life balance like with your family? How do you maintain that?
I ain't gonna lie, we still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Cause she's in the medical field. Yeah, man. Cause she's in the medical field. So I think she gets up for work around 4 a.m.
Okay.
And she's out the door by 6. I don't see her again until 5.
Okay.
And then I'm out the door at 6 to go to school.
Okay.
And then it's going to be even more hectic when I'm done to school, because then I'll be in the medical field.
Okay.
So it's going to be like pass and go. But weekends is like our time.
Okay.
Honestly, because she off, and I just try to schedule things ahead of time. So that way we can make plans to do what we do. Like, we just went to what's the museum right here? The Children's Museum. We just went and did that. Cause it's only like $5 right now. Okay. Cause they doing some renovations or whatever. But even with that, my daughter was like, "Don't you got an interview to do?" I'm like, "Why is you in my business?" I tried to like. She was like, "I just don't want you to be late." I'm like, "It's literally right here around the corner. Yeah. Don't worry about what I got going on." She was like, "Well," she's like, "Mommy, can I go on the interview with Daddy?" Absolutely not. Absolutely not, ma'am. You still enough shine as it is. Yeah. She's something else.
How is that having? You basically got a child star in your crib.
It's crazy, man. Like, it's like days she understands what's going on with her, but then there's other days when she's just like, I want to be a regular kid. Yeah. So it's like her dance coach is also the same person who I was telling y'all about, who pushed me to do Collab Not Compete. Okay. And she strongly believes in her to a point where I've seen this before. You're not regular, so I'm not about to allow you to be regular. So it's just like she puts a lot of pressure on her, but it's pressure to where I appreciate it. Like, it ain't like pressure to make her be like, "Oh, eventually I'm gonna quit dancing." It's like, nah, come on, keep this going. Like, that woman has put our kids, and this is me speaking as a parent, not even as a person that consider this person like a sister, but she's put our kids in so many positions that we as parents probably wouldn't able to just put our kids in, like something in the water. Yeah. I would have never been able to pull that off of my child at this stage that I'm at. So
they did perform or something?
They was in a dance competition.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was crazy for them. They performed for Lele. They've done that twice, I believe.
Well, they opened up for Lele? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And for the little kids, that's
big.
Everything
we took
for them.
My daughter to her show in Atlantic City.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy,
man.
Bro. That shit was crazy. I never seen nothing like it. Yo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and at that time, I knew who Lele was because of them talking about her, but that was my first time seeing her, and just the experience that I can only speak of for my daughter. How much she loved that girl to go from saying I'm a fan of her to saying, at least for that time, I'm a colleague of hers.
Yeah, I've shared the stage with her.
It's crazy to her. So it's like, you got to give people their flowers when it's that time to. And that woman, she puts these kids in positions that again, we already in a place where everybody's mental is it ain't too many opportunities that's coming across our platform here in Virginia, but she's putting these girls in front of so many people to better their situation by the time they 15, 16. Like just her putting our kids in front of they dance with the HU cheerleaders.
Okay.
The dance directors is talking to our kids about potential scholarships when they become eligible already. Mind you, our kids, that dance team ranges from ages 9 to 12.
Okay.
So they got, you're 9 years old talking about a scholarship already just because you can dance that well. So I try to push her, but then at the same time, my mom pushed me a lot to play ball when I was younger, and now I can't stand playing ball. Yeah. So I don't try to push that much.
Because it was something, if you felt like you was forced to do it.
And I was forced to do it so much, I tore my damn ACL. So after that ACL tear, I'm like, don't nobody say a fucking word to me about basketball ever the fuck again. I don't want to hear it. They even starting with my son now. I'm like, yo, he don't want to do that. Yeah. My son's like, Dad, I want to play baseball. There you go. Let's do that. Yeah. We can do that. we can try something different. He tried soccer. That's too organized for him. Yeah. He ain't fucking with that. He don't understand. I can't touch the ball with my hands, so he get frustrated. He's confused. He already gets frustrated in life anyway. Yeah. Because he's like, we're both left-handed. Okay. But he don't understand the trials and error of being left-handed yet. So he's very frustrated. Like when he eats, he got to reach all the way over here for the plate instead of just moving the plate over. He's not understanding that yet. So it's just like, fuck this shit. And now I know he about to go to school this year. So the writing and erasing at the same time, that's about to throw him off. He not about to rock with that at all either. So I'm just like, man, this crazy. But even being a left-handed cameraman, it's difficult. Yeah. Because there's no such thing as a left-handed camera.
I didn't even think about that.
All the buttons is always to the right side. Damn. And you can configure it, but you're pretty much paying them to break your camera down and rebuild it again. Yeah. So you're gonna pay for that camera again pretty much just for them to switch the buttons over. Yeah. That's dumb. You might as well just be like, look, figure it out. Get some strength in this right hand right quick and just do it that way. I think the number one thing that I hate the most with that is the gimbal. Operating the gimbal and being left-handed with them buttons all on this side. That's why I'd be like, yo, just bear with me for a second. Yeah. I gotta figure this shit out because it's doing all of that. Then if your elbow accidentally hit the camera, now your shit unbalanced, and it's just so much. It's so much shit that come with that. But at the end of the day, I'm learning now. I'd always thought being left-handed was a curse, but in the medical field, being left-handed is the best damn thing you can ever be.
Why is that?
Because everything, and I never realized this until being in medical school, but especially when you're doing like EKGs, you always work from the left side over. Okay. You never operate from the right side over. It's always from the left over. So I notice a lot of right-handed people, they fail in their clinicals because they starting from their right side and they knocking shit over. They don't knock the alcohol pad on the floor. Now they got to start over, but you only got like 6 minutes to do these clinicals. Yeah. So just you knocking that on the floor, you just knocked off 2 minutes off your time and you ain't even started doing what you actually got to do. Yeah. So it's like, even with drawing the blood and all of that, everything's coming from the left side. So I'm at an advantage in that field. But in my field that I love to do, it's like, goddamn, I got to take all of this, that, and the third. And, but I just go with the punches. My teacher, she saw some of my videos the other day and she was like, why are you doing this? Why are you in the medical school? I'm like, nigga, I still got to fund this shit. Yeah, I still got to fund what the hell I got to do. And she was like, nah, that's understandable. But she was like, you're really good at this though. So she was like, when you have to choose, what's that going to be like? It's like, well, the choice I already made because when that opportunity come, I mean, this is cool to know, but I'm staying over here.
Yeah, I always tell people, especially as an entrepreneur, if you have to use a different vehicle to get to your destination, and do that. There's nothing wrong with having a job because you own a business. There's nothing wrong with taking side jobs or working for somebody else in the meantime to get where you want to go in life, because being an entrepreneur, shit might not pop. Absolutely. You feel me? You're going to have downtime. You're going to have shit. You might come to a point where you feel like you might got to be out of business if you're relying solely on that. You always got to have income coming in from different angles.
That's why I commend All Smiles big time for making that leap for that store, because that's a lot of people can say, "Oh, I would have did, I would," but you didn't.
You didn't.
So like, she really took that risk, and we ain't don't nobody know what nobody's pockets is really like. But one thing that can never be erased, she can wake up and lose that store tomorrow,
but she
still had it.
Yep.
A lot of people can't say that, so it's just like you just got to give flowers where they do. Again, like that to me, just seeing her sign is fire to me.
Yeah.
Like and. It's inspirational. Even if you don't like that person, it's inspirational. Like you can't anything less than that, you hating at this point.
Yeah, facts.
Anything less than that, you hating.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just look at that and be like, damn, she got a store. That mean I probably can get one too if I work that hard. Like I took that. I really didn't even realize that though until y'all interview how consistent she really is. Since I've been here, I've always heard that. Like I've literally always have heard that name. If I ain't in no other clothing brand, I definitely have heard All Smiles. Yeah. Whether you hate her or love her, you know it.
Yeah, she never went nowhere. Like,
it's a fact.
She always been in your face. So what is all the stuff you got to do behind the scenes being a director? For one, as you can see where we got all these lights, all these cameras, there's computers and shit. He got the soundboard and all of that. And like I said, when we did the All Smiles interview, I said, I don't price haggle for shit. But one thing I absolutely do not price haggle is, directors, videographers, and people in the studio and shit. This man came and did the All Smiles interview. He had so much shit. me and Smiles had to help him bring the shit into the mall. And I'm like, people don't understand. And you still on like the third or fourth floor, right?
Second, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying you got to take all that shit downstairs, put that shit in the van, drive to the spot, unload it, come set up, break it down, reload it into the van, take it back to the crib. What's all the shit you got to do? Like when you say cut and it's done and over with, how much more work do you got to do while everybody else in the crib chilling?
So with me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a workhorse. So even after I say cut, 9 times out of 10, when I get back to the crib, I'm uploading all them clips. Yeah, and I'm getting to work because that's a situation where it's, if I upload these clips now and lay them on a timeline, when I wake up tomorrow, all I got to do is get to cutting and doing what I got to do. Versus if I go home and go straight to bed, now I got to upload. I got to wait for everything to upload. Then I got to wait for everything to render.
Hours.
Yeah, like it's like, nah, man, just do it now. Even though you probably about to be up for another 2-3 hours, just do it. So then that way, when it's time to chop and do what you got to do, it's already there. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But breakdown is probably the worst part to me. I cannot stand film production breakdown, especially when you are by yourself and it's your equipment. Yeah, it's because you've been on your feet 9 hours already. So it's like, damn. Let me start at this light. Let me start at this light. Let me get all the mics. Let me collect all the mics. Let me do all of that. It's just like, God damn. And well, me, I have a checklist just to make sure I get all my stuff back or whatever. But even that, sometimes I be like, man, look, damn the checklist. I'll check it tomorrow. Like, we amongst family at this point, so damn the checklist. It'd be a lot. Yeah. It'd be a lot. My mother bought me this cart though, and that cart has been a godsend for the last 2 weeks because everything literally fits in that cart. Okay. And I could just pull everything in, put everything back, pull it back out, it go up the stairs. Yeah. So that works for me because my mother, she from New York. So she just like, yeah, when we go grocery shopping, that's what we use. Okay. We use this cart. So put all that shit in that cart. She's like, I promise you it's all going to fit. She's like, just figure it out. But I promise you it's going to fit. And I've been rocking with that. She gave me that probably 2 days after the All Smiles joint. Interview. Yeah. Because she was like, where are you going with all this shit? Like, I was going to leave it. Usually I leave it in the car, but I had to stop doing that. Somebody just broke in my fiance car last week. So I'm like, oh yeah, nah. I'm like, I can't leave shit in the car. That's too close to home. Like,
that's how your first camera got hit too. Yep. Right?
It's crazy. Like, it's so much shit. But the thing that made me mad about that first camera though, because I don't know if I ever posted about it, but I ended up getting that camera back because they took it to the pawn shop. Wow. So, and they,
I don't even think you said that in the interview.
I don't think I did either. Yeah, they took it to the pawn shop right around the street on Ward. Right by the Taco Bell. Yeah. They took it right there. And all I had to do is just like, if you could show me the, because when you purchase a camera, it comes with this little certificate that pretty much has the Like, it's pretty much like the VIN number on the card.
Okay.
Yeah, so I showed them that, and it's like, yeah, this is my shit. Like, I can, if they didn't take the memory card out, that was the part that threw me. I'm like, if they did not take the memory card out, I can tell you exactly what's on that memory card. And it was literally footage from the wedding that I just had shot.
Wait. I don't think you told us that either.
Oh, yeah, bro. Dope.
So they stole your camera, and you couldn't produce for the wedding that you had been paid for.
I had to pay that bread back, bro.
Oh my God.
I had to pay that bread back because I didn't know if I was going to get the camera back at that time. And the way how the police handle stuff like that now is like, we not coming to dust for fingerprints. Like, we don't do that no more. Like, you just filed a report and then it is what it is. Like, that's how I take it. So luckily, I think it was my fiance. He was my fiance mother. I can't remember, but they was like, let's just go check the pawn shops.
Yeah.
And at that time, a Sony A7R2 is so outdated that I know for a fact if I saw one in this pawn shop, it's mine.
Yeah.
So I as soon as I walked in that pawn shop, I knew it was mine.
Just locked on it.
Yeah, like, cause I'm looking at I've dropped that camera so many times, like all the dents and scratches,
ding marks and shit.
Yeah, that belongs to me. And the thing that was crazy though, respect to that wedding client, because when I told them what happened, like, they weren't mad about it, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But obviously I had to get them their bread back. But
and not to cut you off, but not only you gotta get them their bread back, they don't have no memories from their wedding.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
Nothing. When I got my camera back though, they ended up getting their footage. They paid me the bread back again.
Okay.
And they added another $600 to it. Because they were just like, we don't even know if your camera's damaged or whatever. We just glad that you went that extra mile to get us our shit back.
They did take your memory card out.
No, the memory card was still in there.
It was still in there.
Yeah, they just wanted the bread. They wanted to flip it for the bread. And the thing that sucks about the pawn shop owners that go through that, they just pay the person out and they got to return the stuff. Yeah, so without no questions asked. But the pawn shop owner did let me know. So he's like, you can't pawn nothing without giving your ID. So now we can find this person through the police, and the police is probably 9 times out of 10 going to make this person pay this money back, or at least we have the information to take them to court, civil court, and get this money back. So either way, we going to end up, it's going to balance itself out sooner or later, which I'm like, that's dumb, man. If you're going to steal something, why are you taking it to the pawn shop? Yeah. And I didn't even realize that when you take, you have to show an ID. Yeah, I did not. I was like, damn, because I ain't never pawned nothing before.
Yeah, I ain't never pawned nothing either, but now that you're saying it do. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because they do the same shit at GameStop. GameStop, you definitely going to show that ID before you do anything. So, yeah, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
So, the second time you got hit, that sounded a little personal because, like, they took lights and shit. Like, so, that was somebody you knew?
I think so. I still to this day think so.
Where'd you leave your shit at? That it was
in the car.
The second time?
The second time. And the thing that's crazy about this time, I literally came home. It was literally an in and out the crib. I had left something to go film.
Okay.
So I ran right back up the stairs, got what I needed, came back downstairs. The back door was open. And it's crazy to me because the keys wasn't in the car. Like, the doors was locked. I'm certain the doors was locked.
Yeah.
When the officer came out, the officer was just like, whoever this is, either they was coincidentally just sitting watching you run upstairs or whatever the case may be. Because he's like, regardless, they snaked your car. Like, regardless, we telling you that that's what's happening. Okay. They snaked the car. But he was like, 9 times out of 10 this was personal because there was no scramble. There was no.
They knew exactly what to go.
They knew exactly where to go to get what they needed to get, and he was just like, I would just be on the lookout for a video guy. Yeah. That all of a sudden got some new equipment. 2 aperture lights. All of a sudden. Yeah. But whoever it is, still to this day, I haven't seen the equipment. But again, this is not to toot no horns or nothing like that. But if I see 2 aperture lights on a video set on somebody's Instagram live, I'm pulling up because I know it's mine. Facts. I know for a fact it's mine. And it made me mad because those 2 lights were gifts from a client. Okay. Like, I didn't even spend my bread on that. Like, a client was just
now you actually got to come out of
pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that it pissed me off, but it was all good because everything happened for a reason. And again, with that, I got blessed with this production team. They're just like, oh damn, you need aperture lights? Cool. Let's put bread into a pot. Let's get it. Yeah. And we got one. But they was like, yo, we got one. We can work with the one. Nah, nigga, I need to.
Right.
I gotta have to. If we gonna work together, you gotta understand my standards. I gotta have to, bro. I can't work with just one light.
Yeah, facts.
Because it's too many. It casts too much shadow on the other side, and we gotta do it right.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to look like the first film again.
Whoever you are out there, we hope you have we hope you produce some of the shittiest music videos ever known to mankind.
Facts.
They're fucking lame.
Yeah, that shit, I ain't gonna lie. Like it's sporadic moments that I think about it and be like, these motherfuckers took my shit.
Yeah.
Like again, but even the police officer, when I told him that it happened the first time, he was like, bro, do you think it's the same person again? I'm like, at this point, it just might be. I don't know.
You was
like,
in the same spot?
Yeah, still in case trace. It just might be. That's why, and I say it's never when my stuff is, because nobody knows. Unless you are around me a lot, nobody knows I have the van.
Yeah.
So it's only when I have shit in my fiance's car that shit happens. Yeah. That's the only time that it happens. So I'm like, yo, are you pissing somebody off at work at this point? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, but the officers really pissed me off when they was like, yeah, man, unfortunately, when it comes to car burglary, we don't deem that as an emergency, so we don't come out. So I'm just like, so niggas ain't gonna come dust for fingerprints or nothing. So
they didn't come at all?
No, they say you gotta file an incident report. That's it. File an incident report.
Well, on the internet? That's crazy.
That's
bro.
it. They was like, if it was a house burglary, then we would come in. I'm like, nigga, what's the difference? Like, somebody broke into the car. Like, and even the rental office, they were just like, well, technically, it did happen on the property. I'm like, yeah, so that should be under the renter's insurance, right? And she was like, well, we'll have to look into it. Ain't nothing to look into.
Yeah.
That's under renter's insurance. Like, the only reason why my mom was like, you got to scale back on it a little bit with them is because they control the loopholes within the renter's insurance, though. That's the only thing that's trash about renting. They can go in and change whatever, whenever.
Yeah.
And she was just like, especially if y'all didn't read the contract from the start, they can put whatever in there and just be like, well, did you really read it from the beginning? Because this has always been there. So I kind of scaled back on it a little bit. I don't want them to be like, oh, angry black man coming in here all the time and whatever. But I got faith, though. One of the homies in the neighborhood was like, somebody broke into his shit one time before, but it was his actual crib. But they ended up paying him, I guess, whatever the renter's insurance was. They paid him the deductible on it or whatever the case may be. So he ended up being good, I guess. But we'll see how it pan out. Yeah. I'm tripping, but I ain't tripping too much.
You know, that shit like that happen. We look at it as, you know, something bad is happening to me, but at the same time, we got to sit back and think like God might be clearing shit out. Yeah. You know, that shit might have been taking up too much space because he got some bigger shit coming for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So on face value, it looked crazy, but we don't understand what's in the future. So we take it as, you know, bad news or something bad happened to us, but in all actuality, you definitely going to come out on top.
Yeah, for sure. That is how I looked at it at first. I'm like, damn, the minute I decided, all right, I'm going to get back to filming, my damn light got stolen. Yeah. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like,
you know, them shits might have been about to die.
That is true. But see, and that's the thing. The person who bought me them lights, he was like, yeah, bro, I ain't even gonna hold you. I bought them shits used anyway. Yeah. So he was like, you know, like, hey, I'm like, nigga, I mean, yeah, they was used, but they aperture lights regardless. Like, aperture lights is up here as far as film goes. And that's why it's just like, again, if I see somebody walking around with that red bag that say aperture at the top, who name ain't like Daddy Mobucks or no shit like that, yeah that's my shit. Yeah. And I know it's my shit. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, but I really don't think that they took it for personal use. I really think they took it to try to flip it somewhere, honestly. Yeah. Cause they still, one of the lights, they ain't gonna never be able to use it. Cause the adapter and the battery I still got.
Jesus Christ.
So you ain't gonna be able to use it without that.
Around with a shell light, basically.
Exactly. The light and the damn the little head that go on the light. That's all they got. Yeah. But the light ain't gonna never work. Cause I think the adapter and the battery alone is like $500. Dang. So that was dumb. Yeah. But it's all good.
Yeah, so y'all getting back to work. You ain't got no release dates or nothing because y'all ain't even start recording, right?
Nah, well, the road trip joint, we start filming that next week. I'm hoping to get that out by the end of May because that's a short. That's only 15 minutes. Okay. So that shouldn't take me that long to edit. That I don't even think I did mention the Sabotage joint. That's the one that we're redoing. That's the one that was trashed the first time.
Okay.
But that's the one we're redoing. But that one is like 35 minutes.
Okay.
So those two will be the first two out, because those will be the two quicker ones.
Okay.
And Fidelity is knocking on 2 hours.
All right.
So that one going to be a little bit longer production wise.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to have it done by October though.
Okay.
And drop it on my birthday.
The Infidelity joint?
Yeah.
Okay. How long say you said it's 2 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much work is put in on your end on that as far as editing and all that? What how many hours you got to put in to present to us a 2 hour film?
For 2 hours, I'd probably say, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna spend about a month on that. I ain't gonna lie
Just
to you.
all work.
Yeah, because it's like even after I lay the foundation down as far as all the scenes, everything running concurrent, I still got to go back and score it.
Yeah.
I still got to go back and color grade it. And with Infidelity, I want that one to be like that moment where niggas understand, oh, okay, now this nigga's here.
Yeah.
Like, because I've watched so many of my co-directors do it. Like, Miss Kendra, I met her at one of her friends' weddings, and she was asking me for help at that moment in time. But the whole time, you the one. Like, she on Apple TV numerous times with director's credit. And then she acts as well. So it's like with her, opportunities is just opening. And I just watch her and I'm just like, all right, I got to catch up to you now. Like, because you transcending. Same thing with another mentor of mine, Mr. Ronald. He's won like 5 film festivals. Dang. And none of them is domestic. Everything's international with him. He's like, United States film festivals, they cool, but you want some of this money, enter into them Asian film festivals, into them Europe ones. Like, as a black director, you go over there and you win, you want some shit, because they critique you way harder over there. Like, he's like, the American score sheet is probably like this long. Yeah. Like, long as your audio good, lighting good, the story is easy to follow, you probably gonna place 9 times out of 10 over here. Over there, that score sheet is like a damn Bible scripture. Like, and it's every little thing. Color grading. Was the person that you casted really the person that should have been in that role? Yeah. Like, did that cast member make them believe that they wasn't them and they was this part? Like, it's so, the criteria is crazy. And he was like, every festival that they won, they only won it by like 2 or 3 points. Okay. But I'm like, a win is a win, bro. A win is a win, bro. And you did it. That's some shit. You the only nigga I know that's doing that. So, inspiration for me. But he was like, bro, if I can win, I know you can win. He's like, you're a better writer than me. Which I don't think so, but to hear somebody else say that, I mean, it is dope. But we just write 2 different genres too, though, so it's not easy to compare. He's more action.
We also tend to be our biggest critics too.
Yeah, facts. That's definitely me.
I feel like I definitely can relate to not seeing yourself as who everybody else see you as.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like, every time trying to get so frustrated with me, because I'll write a script, I'll be like, all right, boom, it's done, and I print it and I'll reread it. And I throw that shit in the trash. Yeah. And rewrite it again. Because I don't know, it's different when you print it and read it than just reading it on the screen. Because when you print it and read it, it's like you can read it from another point of view. Yeah. Versus when you're typing it, you're typing as you're speaking in your head. So grammar probably fucked up and all of that. And it's just like, yeah, nah. Let me redo this right quick. And I know my cast and crew was just like, nigga, we like the first 6 drafts you sent us at the script. Yeah. Let's shoot it. Like, I'm like, nah, y'all gonna thank me when we finally get the one. And I want it to be 15 minutes, but the most entertaining 15 minutes that it can be. Yeah. Like, that's my thing. I don't know if y'all ever watched it, but I watch Alter a lot on YouTube, their channel. They do like little 15-minute horror stories and shit like that. Okay. And they so quick, but from start to finish, it's some shit going on. Yeah. Like, you don't even got time to go to the kitchen and grab nothing right quick, because you gonna miss some pivotal shit that's within that 15 minutes. You missed that 2-minute block. You don't even know how the hell we got to the ending now. Yeah. And that's the type of shit I want to be on. Like, you got to watch this from start to finish, or you ain't gonna know what the hell is happening. So Ultimately, though, I want to make a good one. A good. I'm not even gonna call it a sequel because I'm not a part of that production team, but I'll say a good paying homage to Tales from the Hood.
Yeah, Tales from the Hood. That was very different.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's the only way I can describe that is different because it was like but it was like some real horror shit that could
really happen.
Yeah, like it was crazy. Like so, it's like but the second and third, I'm like this shit trash.
I feel like hood horror movies was always the scariest to me because it's like I can relate to that more than I can relate to Jason Voorhees.
Exactly.
Like Candyman scared the shit out of me.
Candyman was something serious.
Because Candyman, he reachable. You feel me? Like that shit had me until I was 14. Yo, I used to reach before I went to the bathroom. I would reach my hand inside the bathroom and turn the light on.
Just to make sure. Gotta make sure, bro. That shit. What was it? Bones. And niggas be like, yo, Bones was corny. Nah, Bones. Yeah, Bones was. You see a nigga that look like Bones every day around the way. Yeah. So it's like, you gotta make sure you good. Cause now I'm like, yeah, bro, but that's the thing about, even with Jordan Peele, it's like he takes the most minor thing that people think is minor and exploit it. Like, Get Out. That's some real shit that could have, it won't no damn serial killer. This is just niggas that want to be black. Like, let me kill your black ass so I can become you. Yeah. That's some real shit. Like, people's like, with us, I was confused. You gotta do your research. That's all. That comes down to that. Like, that is, he just told it from our point of view. But the other side of life, they've been talking about them underground tunnels and all of that. That's conspiracy. But y'all keep thinking that shit conspiracy. That shit closer than what the hell y'all think.
Facts. Yeah. So you got any inspiring words for up and coming videographers? Somebody want to pick up your camera?
I would definitely say just do it, bro. Like, seriously. Like, don't think about it, and don't let people lead you to believe that if you spend more money, you will have a better product, because that's not the case. You can have a $7,000 camera with no skill, and it's gonna show. Like, the person with that $500 camera still gonna outshoot you every day of the week because you ain't got the skill. You might got the money, but you ain't got the skill. It's not gonna add up. And I'm a testament to that. For the longest time, I had, what was my first camera? Canon T6, and I stuck with that Canon T6 for my first 3 years. I ain't have no strobe light. I don't even know what kind of, I really think my first light was the lights from Walmart. They got the little spiral joint in there and you had to plug the light in. That was my first light for like maybe 2 or 3 years because I couldn't afford no strobe. I couldn't afford no strobe at the time. So when I got my first strobe, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Like that, when I got that trigger on that camera, I'm like, I'm about to smoke shit around here now, because I was smoking shit with that plug-in light. Like niggas was like, yo, I'm trying to shoot outside. Oh, I can't shoot with you today, bro. I need a plug. Like, if I ain't got no plug, I can't go, bro. But I said, like, don't let people, because they sell that. Like, you need to have this camera, that camera. Start where you can start. Yeah. And build your way up from that. Like, literally build your way up from that. If it weren't for that, I hate weddings. I hate them. But without weddings, I wouldn't have had none of the goddamn equipment that I got now. Yeah. Because that's the biggest payout. Yeah, it's the biggest payout. Even on a team, biggest payout. You got a 4-man team. Like, when I shot that first one with my mentor, I think that altogether they paid the crew, it was like $1,400, but you splitting that only amongst 3 of us. Yeah. So for them, that's regular. For me, with this old Canon T6, nigga, I'm finna go to Adorama in New York, and I'm about to catch up with y'all at this point, because that's a crazy payout for me. But it was different, man, after that, because I wasn't the A shooter for that wedding. Okay. So I thought I was going to love weddings because I was just the C shooter. So I ain't have to edit nothing. Got you. But becoming the A shooter, nah. Hell no. Yeah. You might as well shoot a movie. Yeah. All that shit you got to edit and all that. Yeah, you might as well shoot a movie. Weddings is number 1. Yeah. I hate. Baby showers is right there number 2.
Why you don't like baby showers?
Because it's like, baby showers are mini weddings to me.
Damn. Think about that.
Because you got to, like, the dude really don't care. Yeah. The groom never really cares. But that bride, she want every single moment she can get. that baby mother in that baby shower is not too far off from that bride.
Yeah. Nah, now that you're saying that, at our baby shower last year, when dude sent us the everything, because you know we like, yo, we want everything. Yo, he sent us like 700 pictures. Yeah, I'm like, bro, I can't look through all this shit. Like,
that's standard too. That's standard too, though. Yeah, that's standard. Because I think for a wedding, for me as the C, I think I had like 2,200 pictures by myself. So that ain't even counting what my mentor and his partner had. So, and it does put a lot of pressure on the client, but my mentor taught me that he was pretty much saying, when you send them that many pictures, eventually give them 2 or 3 days, they're gonna say you pick. Yeah, and that's gonna make life so much easier for you.
They tired of spinning through shit.
Yep, because it's too many pictures to look through. And within the package, I think with his package, they pick 100. Okay, and he edits 100. They get to keep everything that's raw, but they pick their top 100 for him to edit. But like he said, with all them damn pictures, they're gonna be like, you pick. Yeah. You pick your top one. Because I'm not looking through all this shit. The video though, no. They want to sit in for every single moment of that. Which I don't blame them, but reviewing 10 hours of footage by yourself is already a drag. Doing it with a person who don't know and they just talking and shit. Yeah, nah. You just made this shit a 24-hour process. Like, just to watch the clips, and it's too much at times. But stay away from weddings. That's unless you got that patience, stay away from weddings. That's my other piece of advice. Stay away from that shit.
All right, go ahead and close this out. Tell the people where they can find you everywhere on all your social media and all that.
I'm
get in contact with you if they're trying to book you.
Everything is all to Shiino, I believe. Well, no, Facebook is my name, Carando Langston on Facebook. Everything else is Alta Shiino. All bookings is through the link tree on the Instagram. Is YouTube? Yeah, YouTube's Alta Shiino as well. That's where all my beats and the movies. Okay. I collapsed everything into one YouTube because that was stupid of me too. I had like 7 different damn YouTubes going on at one point in time, but now everything is collapsed on one. Okay. So I got playlists up there now for different things. So if you need to just vibe, relax, you had a long day. Yeah, my latest playlist is for anxiety and stress. Okay. I listen to it every day. So yeah, definitely go check that one out. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, well, there you have it, y'all. Another episode wrapped up. Above the Corner Podcast. We got my dog Shiino. Thanks for coming. We definitely appreciate you, my brother. Other than that, we see y'all next time.